Actually, I don't care what you say. I'm going to look at this as the Interstellar prequel. The Martian stars Matt Damon as a man left for dead on the red planet, and what happens when NASA and everybody else finds out he's actually still alive. It is a survival movie. It is a science and ingenuity movie. It's a problem-solving movie, and more than any of that, it's a really, really good movie. This was a wonderful movie-going experience. First of all, let's start with the performances. Matt Damon is great in this. The movie relies so much, and we'll even call this the best thing. The movie relies so much on this character being likable and wanting to spend time with him, because this is a guy who is left alone on a planet, and we're going to spend most of our movie hanging out with him and him talking to us. And if he is not likable, if he's not interesting, it's going to be a bummer of a movie. But he is so likable and so interesting as this character. Very, very funny. The sense of humor in this movie is very, very good. And you just want to spend more time with this guy, which makes the whole process of saving him even more interesting and fun. So great job by Matt Damon. Performances around him are really good as well. Specifically, I loved Jeff Daniels as the director of NASA. I thought he was perfect in that role. Kind of that respect figure, but at the same time, somebody who's making the hard decisions. Thought he did a great job at that. And I love Michael Pena as the pilot of this Mars mission. I think he is one of the greatest and most interesting actors working today, and I think he proves it here. And that's not even mentioning so many other of the names who are in this movie that do a great job, like Jessica Chastain and so many others, because it's just that kind of movie where every few moments somebody else is popping in and doing a good job. Kristen Wiig, Donald Glover, all these people. Great performances throughout. I also felt the movie was really real. You know how like Apollo 13 had all these problem-solving moments, and if you didn't know it was a true story, you'd be like, they made that up? It gives credence to what happens in a movie like The Martian. It feels like this could actually happen. If NASA gets to that point where they solve some of these problems in getting to Mars, these kind of issues feel very real, and the way he solves them also feels real. And because of that, you never are in doubt. You're not distracted by feeling like, oh, that would never happen. You actually feel like this is something that could be like somebody who saw the future and predicted. It's like a future-seeing documentary of some sort. It's just that good. Also want to make a quick point before we get into the only thing I didn't like about the movie. This is a found footage movie. Now, it doesn't rely on that gimmick throughout the movie, but so much of this is him speaking to the camera, doing his logs. This is how you do a modern found footage movie. It doesn't have to be a gimmick. It can be part of the overall story. So you film some regular scenes, you film some found footage scenes, you put them together, and you make a great movie. This is what I'm talking about, Hollywood. Found footage as a gimmick is over. Use it as a storytelling device like they do in The Martian. Only thing I didn't like, it's a little long and it feels it at points. Now, I didn't feel it throughout. I was into the problem-solving aspects, especially, and that kept me going, but there are just those few moments that it feels like, tighten that up a little bit, tighten that up a little bit, tighten this space of travel and this space of travel up, and you can keep it, a little bit closer to that 2-hour mark. But it's not a movie that feels its length completely, but it does feel it a little bit, so I took just a little bit off for that. Still, overall, The Martian is an incredible watch, wonderful movie, an experience I can't wait to have again, and an A. Thanks for checking out this Your Movie Friend review. If you want to check out more, feel free to do so. We'll get to the Best Ever Challenge here in a second. In order to check out more about Your Movie Friend, click the cards up here in the corner. Just hover over, click it. It'll shift out. It has links to other reviews, links to the website, yourmoviefriend.com, as well as how to support the channel. If you want to donate, I'd appreciate that. Also, follow me on Periscope, Aaron Dicer, AARONDICER. I Periscope after every single movie I go to. I love those conversations, so I'd love to have you along for that. And subscribe to the podcast, SiftPop, SiftPop, the official podcast of Your Movie Friend. Get to hang out with some friends and talk movies every single Friday, so I'd love for you to subscribe to that as well. All right, on to the Best Ever Challenge. This is where you name the best movie ever in a particular category and also try to identify my choice. For this one, we're going to go with Best Movie About Mars. Let's do it. There's a lot more than you would think, and maybe more than any other choice in the history of the Best Ever Challenge. I might get ridiculed for this one even more. I can't help it. I have a soft spot in my heart for this movie, the one that is has the same name as an Elton John song and is an absolutely ridiculous film. but I'm going with that one. And yes, I know there are so many others that are probably so much better. That's my best ever choice. You make yours in the comments. As always, here's 5 extra seconds to hit subscribe. Right down in this corner, just click the logo.